Please comment, like, and subscribe. Get that early. It's Tuesday, October 17th, 2023. We're at the end of season one already. And I was just sitting here putting on my Jack Harlow shirt, and I was wondering when we are going to get our first crossover cards. Just wondering to myself. It's almost my good luck shirt now for the spaces. Jimmy, any word on the crossover series cards?
No word, Tim, but how you doing?
I'm doing great. I just had to. I thought of that as I was putting on this lucky shirt, and I figured you'd be the guy to ask. You might have the inside scoop. You run around with those guys. Not even on the 2K side. I figured Jack might have told you, or who else? Little Wayne, possibly. I don't know.
Not quite. Sorry about that.
Hey, all right. Maybe you'll let us know when you do find out. But I got a couple things that have been happening recently in the content creation world, Jimmy. That I
Hit
like.
me with what you got.
All right, I'd like to tell you about it. We're on space number 8 already in 2K24, and started my own space on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern time because I wanted a place to have a voice, and my opinions heard. I wanted it to be open mic because I thought just maybe there are others that enjoy talking 2K as well, and there are. You know, as I look back at the space number 1 from November 22nd, 2022, had 194 followers. There were 19 speakers that space, and I was hooked. And not just on 2K23 and how AFK and that was free bread and shoes and Evo loonies, you know, that was all part of it. But the stories behind the 2K players, and not the 2K cards we get, you know, not the Bowl backstory and the Taco Fall backstory and the Remember Thon Maker and how he had a great card back in 2K, probably 20. But no, the stories of the people that play the game. And we've got to hear some stories way back then, and we get updated on stories of the same 2K players, which has been the coolest part. You know, and that's why it's okay to talk about yourself. That's why it's okay to shout yourself out. You know, that's what we're here for. That's Twitter's our version of show and tell. You know, and what we are doing, and how 2K is part of everybody's life. That's been the biggest thing. And maybe how you create content around 2K or gaming in general. You know, those, you know, and I say you, and I'm talking to everybody from day one, you have been the content of the space. You know, there's some good stories, some tough stories, some rough stories about this last year, of people going through, you know, different things, and then gaming related as well. And that's been the funnest thing. And going from space number 1, and in less than a year, having a surprise special guest like LD2K, Chris Manning, you know, the host of 2K TV, on the space last week. Yeah, we did lose a very tough rec game to them. We'll give them that. You know, they got that over us. But it was a ton of fun chatting with him and you, Jimmy. And it might have been the closest thing that I'll get to having an origin story interview with him. Like I got to talk to you and, you know, 14 other people about how they came up, not just in 2K but gaming in general. And it was neat to share that moment, you know. And it wasn't a moment. It was a good conversation, you know. It was neat to share that moment with you and him, Jimmy. And that's where I even have paused in my notes and I say Jimmy Waffles.
Yeah, I mean that was cool. You guys carried. You and him carried. That was all. That's all I really got to say. So neat.
I have to say thank you for it because no matter how he ended up there, if you weren't, looking back at space number one, if you weren't there the first one and been rocking with me ever since, rocking with us, everybody here on Tuesdays, I think it's helped everybody in the community. So shout you out, Jimmy, for helping me get to last Tuesday's space.
No, it was neat, but it was fun. But just like, in 2K, things move quickly. So let's keep moving quickly because a lot has happened since then.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And, and it's only been a week. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm not going to waffle much tonight. You got it.
Oh yeah. And one thing to take the pressure off you as well, Jimmy, and myself, I decided, you know what? I've told myself this space every Tuesday has to be 2 hours. I've told myself that. But I want the space to be here for people to be able to interact. I have notes upon notes that I could sit up here, and of course I could talk to you for 2 hours every time. But in the end, yeah, this is an open mic. So if anybody does want to speak, wait a few minutes and we'll get you in here. Absolutely. There's a bunch of stuff to catch up with the professor on about 2K. And again, don't feel rushed ever, Jimmy. And I understand when you got things to do as a dual Twitch and YouTube streamer.
Oh, yeah. One YouTube stream, okay.
Yeah, and a couple other things that were fun, aside from still, because I was thinking about that, the whole, and I got to send pictures to my youngest son about the LD2K thing, and again, show and tell, that's a flex for me, so, and he's still asking for more and more and more information on 2K, and almost 230 co-op games, with my skill level, over 20 teammates, no mic, and winning record. So, and then there was a 2K had a Twitch stream on Friday. They do this a logo gauntlet. Are you seeing these, Jimmy?
Yep, I'm familiar.
Familiar with the logo gauntlet. How's your 1v1 game look? Just curious.
Not great.
Not great.
So I'm a skill issue, just for everybody listening.
All right, skill issue confirmed. I do have that on your bio, so that's that checks out. And so yeah, they do these logo gauntlets. I think there's only been one awarded so far for winning all 5 in a row. I could be wrong. I'm very old.
Oh, right. Double H. He won the first one. We've been waiting for a winner ever since.
Yeah, because I was thinking, after the first one, this is going to be a breeze. People are just going to come in here. But then you remember the whole, I don't know if for a lot of us, we are familiar with the park side and the twos and the make it, take it style game that you have a couple of bad plays, couple of bad shots, and you lose a ones game in the make it, take it style. You lose pretty quick.
It's tough. You got to lock in for several games in a row.
Yeah, five games in a row on a international stage. And the stress and the pressure of every shot counts, every shot matters. So that's and during these shows they do giveaways. Jimmy, have you seen these giveaways?
I have. I'm familiar with the giveaway games.
I was semi-familiar in the fact that I kept on trying to enter them. Of course, I've in the foundation of gaming, I just play 2K. All of this is just because I like playing 2K. Way back in 23, 21, 18. And so, yeah, of course, if I'm in a Twitch stream and they're saying, hey, all you got to do is push, well, it was # back in my day. So # logo gauntlet. But now it's hashtag, of course. Yeah. I don't know if that's a recent change, but it is hashtag logo gauntlet. And so did that and ended up winning a card. And I was shocked. And it was one of those things, because I've done a couple of giveaways on Twitch where the WiseBot, it'll say the winner in chat before it's actually announced, because as soon as Twitch says, yep, that's who won, it just posts it right there. and I saw my name scroll across the screen, and the hairs on the back of my neck stood up, and I was like, no way. And so yeah, that was a huge gaming W, in a whole week of crazy gaming W's. So I do have to shout out Evan, Stacks, Zaro, 2K4, Spurs Kawhi, that is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And then and finally Jimmy, in my waffling, I finally got my revenge on Rice. Ricex, Rice.
Okay, I'm interested in this.
Yeah, and if you remember back in 2K23, they had a $250,000 tournament. Jimmy, have you heard of this?
I have.
Okay. And you had to qualify for this. They weren't just handing out tickets willy-nilly. All right, you had to qualify for this thing. And me, with a comp background, I qualified on 4 different occasions. And it's a sweat fest, of course. Qualifying's easy, of course. Come on. But on the actual tournament thing is 4 different occasions. You have to play for 4 hours. You can't lose, and you have to flood everybody, make them all quit. It's the compest of all comp for my team in previous years. And so, of course, I'm thinking, all right, great. We're gonna run out there and play. And I've beaten a known sweat and content creator, Ishmop, in a qualifying game before. So, I have a good background in getting extremely lucky at the right times. And I had Clyde. I had Clyde on my side back then. And yep. So I was off there. I was, back into the next qualifier. I had won 1 game. Next game up. No, I don't remember for sure. I might have made that up about the winning 1 game. We'll just say played against Rice. I had an 8-0 lead. I didn't know what I was getting into. 8-0 lead. He called a timeout. Rest of the game was pain and misery. He won, but messaged him on Xbox afterwards, and he came on the Tuesday Space following that game. And nicest dude, nicest guy. He was playing the tournament just to destroy dreams. Quote, destroy dreams. And fun fact, I was, because of the bans, I was one of his wins on his way to actually qualifying for the main tournament. So and I think I was one of the first people he DM'd when he found out he made it to the actual money tournament. So that was kind of cool too. And then so a random Sunday co-op stream with Fiji and Zachary. Fiji, I've known him for he played against my wife's team way back in the day, and hung out with him since 2K21. And Zachary, I've played the most Rocket League with, I think, of anybody. So those two, we're just playing some co-op, and boom, we match up against Rice.
Oh man!
Oh yeah, and I know the name. Of course, I know the name. It's one of those times where they say, "Hey, hit them so hard they forget their name and they remember yours forever." Yeah, I remember Rice. And so right away I see that flash up on the screen. I'm like, "Wait a second, everybody! All right, alert!" And it's happened a couple times when we played HTB and 2K Fit and Hoop to Baller and played against LD2K and Rec. It happens a couple of times if you play online in the 2K community that you run into people that you recognize. And so yeah, it's the lean forward moment. It's the revenge. It's the, okay, 9 months of, training, prayers, and vitamins have led us to this moment right here. And so tell the team, and of course Fiji locks in big time, and sure enough, we win handily. We win handily enough that I had time to take out my phone, take a picture of my television, and save it for Twitter. So it took 9 months. And it was just a matter of coincidence that it happened. But shout out Rice and his teammates and my teammates again. And shout out Jimmy. And this week on 2K has been fantastic, especially getting that Kawhi card. I don't know if you had a chance to use him, but yeah. Okay. Did you rip a pack for him, or how'd you get him?
No, I locked him in yesterday.
Okay, so you had to earn him through MT and everything, so weren't quite as lucky as is what I got there.
Correct.
As far as free, yeah. So everybody hop in those 2K streams. There are real winners out there, you know, and it was funny because at the beginning of the stream, our friend James and somebody else was asking about the pack odds that were wrong at the beginning of the pack drop. And then, of course, you know, the people in chat, well, they add each other. Hey, no, they're not going to talk about it. Don't worry. And then all of a sudden, Evan says, hey, for those of you who are wondering about this. And I'm like, what? Wait a second. And he says, hey, you know, submit a ticket, this. And then everybody moved on. And sure enough, people submitted tickets and they got refunded. And it was another cool communication community moment that and it's good way to get information. So back to entering giveaways. That's probably the number one reason to hop in there. But good information and good basketball to watch as well. So, but enter those giveaways.
About that is when Evan was playing last year, I told him not to read chat because he would get distracted. So, I guess I'm glad he didn't listen to me. You know?
Exactly. See, that could have been a disaster, Jimmy, if he'd have taken your advice.
Yeah. So, yeah, the moral of the story is don't take my advice.
Right. choose what advice you take from anybody, you know, in the grand scheme of things. You know, everybody's got motivation, everybody's got motives for advice. So you never know. You got to pick and choose, because sometimes people will recommend ripping packs. Sometimes chat will redeem a whole bunch of open a promo pack in your stream, Jimmy. And my, you know, I got advice from my son saying, hey, we should put an open promo pack in your redeems. And I was like, yeah, that's great. Sure enough, not a good idea. All the MT, all the VC gone, Jimmy.
Yeah, so. You're a friend man than I, because that would never be a channel point reward for me. But anyways, carry on.
Exactly. And so of the... We had a little bit of information. We don't know too much about season 2 yet, but season 1 is coming to a close.
Yep.
So first of all, Jimmy, how are you today?
I'm all good. I was another productive day for me. Just want to prepare as best I can for season 2 and what's ahead. Oh. With that being said, though, I know you're going to look at the playbook, but tomorrow, Ruby's Navy franchise coming from the agendas, and then Thursday is Amari Stoudemire. And Amari is notable because he has a duo with Nash, who we got earlier in this little agenda event to close out the season. So again, Friday 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Figure out your time zones, people. If you're listening to this on YouTube or whatever the case may be. Just make sure you guys are aware of that.
Yes, and seasonal tokens and XP coins expire. They do not carry over, even tokens, which I had forgotten about. The 2K coins, because once you get level 40, you forget about the XP coins. But the tokens are something you might want to make sure you cash in. For sure. For someone that has like 31 tokens, what would you recommend? Is there players that you'd recommend, or how would you spend them?
Well, you get up to 5 prize balls, and you've got Grinches if you want, and then you can customize the boosts. But on Friday, they added deluxe badge packs for a token a pop, and I believe deluxe badge packs are new this year. Basically, where you're getting a random bronze, silver, and gold badge. So, you wear those. They were I kind of missed them at the end of my stream on Friday, but I was made aware of them later.
Does that justify a emergency double shift? What kind of info has to justify an emergency double shift?
I remember I did a double shift when they announced the flash forward packs from last year with the Terry Dissinger, RIP by the way, Donald and everybody else of the world. That was kind of crazy, but it's got to be pretty drastic. With that being said, like you said, make sure you use your tokens. they're going to go away at the start of season 2. So just be aware of that. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. But
what about?
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a couple things for you. I know since we are at the season 1, we're both level 40s, of course. Sweats like us. Come on. We don't get to tweet at Floki anymore. But maybe we should anyway. You know what? I'm going to anyway. Yep. Yeah. Everybody that's listening, everybody that hears this, make sure you let Floki know that you hit level 40 before season 2. I'm gonna say that anyway. We're gonna keep that going. If nothing else, but just to shout him out and all the work that he's done in previous 2Ks. That's and now the new 2K game. The murals were one of the funnest things that we did last year. But Jimmy, how about a recent win from you?
Yeah, no, I was with my mom last week, which is a huge W, and I touched grass yesterday. I was very productive. I want to. I got some basketball cards from Kenny. Kenny's cards, and those who may remember him from creating content, 2K Kenny. Obviously, he's moved into other ventures now, but it was neat. So, just want to give a big thanks to him for sending me yet another care package of cards. Yeah. But all good here. Just awesome. Ready, just preparing for season 2. I've got some ideas, and I'm looking forward to continuing to create content.
Ooh, ideas! I like that. So, a quick answer: was MyTeam season 1 a WL or mid?
I enjoyed it. I did. I think there's some tweaks that need to be made, and that I think should be made for future seasons. But it was definitely an adjustment from what we've gotten used to. But yeah, I vote a W on your poll. Uh-huh. I'm not saying it was perfect by any means.
Oh yeah,
there's definitely room for improvement. But
so what was your best part? And for you as a game player, what was your best part? Your top achievement of season 1?
That's a good question. I remember the feeling of fulfillment finishing the Series 1 collections and then getting Sean Marion on my Xbox account, because I didn't think I was going to get there.
The collector level is a different grind this year. Absolutely.
Right. So
okay,
that was a pretty neat deal.
All right. And on the flip side, what was your worst part of season 1?
Oh boy, just being a skill issue with Triple Threat. Continuing to get popped.
Did you go for Bosch? Did you give her a try?
I'm playing for fun. Whether I win or lose, it's all good. Well, I've won some games, I've lost some games, but yeah, just for giggles, man.
If anybody wants to check the tape, I think it's space number 3 from this year where Jimmy was top 10 in the world in salary cap. Just saying, just throwing that out there.
Fraudulent run on the leaderboards in Xbox One. That was the very beginning of the year. After New Zealand, when salary cap was brand spanking new, I was number 6 for a period of time. But yeah, that's another accomplishment that I set out to get, was getting Oladipo, and I was able to do that. So it was pretty neat.
But how far did you get in the Bosch? What was it the top that you made it? Because I know you're just goofing around, but you win 2 in a row. All of a sudden, Comp FS comes out a little bit. We've seen it.
2 different times I made it up to 5.
Okay.
That's an accomplishment in and of itself for me.
Absolutely.
But with those who are listening, he's not going away for a while. That agenda is going to be there until November 4th. So you've got, 2.5 weeks if you want to continue to try to sweat. So be aware that some of these agendas are going to cross over into season 2, where you can still go for Bosch, or you could still get some of these players from the different agendas. So just making you guys aware of that.
You like the new menus? How you have when you try to look up agendas? Have you pushed like the season 1 seasons the wrong time 1,000 times, like me?
Um, I had one, well, really two things that I wanted to see addressed, and there one of them appear. Well, I guess I'll see it soon. Number one, what they says, and yeah, I know, just fix your game, Jimmy. But was when you progress and level for that agenda, for that orb to light up. We got the exhibitions one thanks to you.
Teamwork.
But the other one is when we evolve a card, please have that light up, man, in the edit player section. Because I was evolving cards that I didn't even know had evolutions. I didn't even know what was going on.
Good point. Good point. I might have sweated out something to find. Yeah, I wouldn't know.
The reason why I bring that up is I finished Current Domination. I got De'Aaron Fox, one of my favorite cards still. I mean, on my Xbox account, I'm still using him. I always love using him. And then we're in a situation where you evolve all the East, you evolve all the West, and you get Hall of Fame badges. So those who know about getting blocks with Verajao was definitely a struggle. But I got that done. That just didn't want to work for him, I guess. But just be aware of that. Check to see if you're evolving players. I forgot Kemp had an evolution when I got him the first time, and I had already started evolving him without even realizing it. He needs 25 dunks. So just take a look and see what players you have evolutions, because don't be like me and be a skill issue and forget.
Oh yeah, or just not even know that they have
exactly.
an evolution. Yep. Yeah, so good point. See, a couple things, man. Jimmy just tearing apart the game tonight. This is crazy.
But no, I overall, I gave you a long answer to your short question.
All right.
The menus are smooth. I mean, I don't really see anything else. They kind of, streamline some different stuff. So
yep.
that's it. I think like it's better than it was in years past, at least.
Yeah, and it just takes some getting used to, like any other one. So you did the level 40. I assume you got Wade, which I thought was a pretty good grind, the Pyramid of Power.
Yeah, I got him on both accounts.
Okay. Well, that's big, nice double flex. I like that. Bosch on neither account, I hear.
No.
How about Brandon Roy?
Not neither account. I see Zach in here. Zachary, I want to give him a shout out. He popped me in triple threat this morning.
Oh.
So just want to give him a quick shout out.
Nice. I like that. I was just talking about the comp sweat Zach too, helping me get revenge on Rice. So that helps. Yeah. Shout out Zach. I like that. And he popped you. See, and that's another fun community event. Zach pops the professor on triple threat.
No, he was cooking.
So the Brandon Roy, it seems like the Roy was kind of the all mode achievement this year.
I met David Wesley on PlayStation today. I never thought I would touch that card or just be in the position to acquire him.
Yeah.
So the fact that I got him, I'm cool with it.
Why? Why did you have so many triple threat online wins this year, or this season?
I'm just trying to have fun and just see how many wins I can get in a row for Bosch. It's not the end of the world if I don't get the card. I'll be okay.
Okay.
But I'm just playing it just because it's fun to. I think it's fun for everybody to watch me stink it up.
Oh, and everybody enjoys it too. And shout out to Ramsey, AussieBallin, and Isaac. You guys are up next to speak. Absolutely. You got a couple other questions for Jimmy. I know he's trying to get out of here. I know it, but a couple more. What about the Durant? The Durant seems like it's almost a multi-currency grind, whether that currency be time or VCMT.
No, I don't have them.
Okay.
But I'm in a situation on my Xbox account where I've stacked enough MT that if that's the route I want to go down, I could get a couple 100,000 more and make that happen.
Okay.
If I wanted to, but if not, it's all good. I'm really more focused on what Season 2 has in store. thinking about season 2, NBA season is right around the corner. You've got.
It's like you're reading my notes, Jimmy. It's like you're reading my notes. Go on to season 2, yes.
Okay, Halloween, and then later on, toward the end, you do have Thanksgiving and Black Friday. So there's there's some things.
Oh yeah. So a little bit of reckless speculation. Season 2 coming up. If you could throw out a couple of names, maybe 3 names that, and it might be a mode, it might be the reward, it might be another one of the grinds like a Brandon Roy or Bosch grind. Are you feeling 3 names that we could see as early as tomorrow? Right, the dev blog comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So obviously LeBron is what everybody's talking about, especially since we've got Wade Boss. And then the Admiral for you. And then, I mean, Wemby's got to be around the corner, right?
You'd think so. After the highlights I saw on Twitter, I guess it depends on which ones you watch. Sometimes he's the best, sometimes he's the worst, according to Twitter. So, but that's everything, right? That's everything.
He's been open. In the limited action he's gotten, I believe he's played in 2 preseason games, and they rested him against the Rockets. Apparently, he was ducking the smoke from Şengün. No, I like Şengün. He's gonna have a good season, but no, Wemby's been balling out, man. You gotta respect it.
All right, who's winning the NBA title?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know ball.
Reckless speculation. Reckless, okay. It's wild. We're just you and me chatting here, Jimmy. Nobody's listening, right? We won't record this. We won't record this at all.
I'd go with the Bucks as the early favorite, but the West is so tough that if the team from the West, whether it be the Suns, whether it be the Lakers, whether it be the Nuggets, I mean, you fill it in. Pick a team from the West, but you can't count the Celtics out either. So you'd have to imagine that the Bucks and Celtics are going to be duking it out in the East. But the West is just so deep that you could name any one of a number of teams and you could make a legitimate argument, I feel like.
Oh yeah. Like Spurs, not yet though. Spurs, not yet. They're still a bit young.
Forward, and you're looking at Wemby, Keldon Johnson, and Vassell got his bag, a huge bag, and they're built on core.
Sochan, of course, fellow Twitter sweat. Jeremy Shoutout.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Him too. Can't forget about him. He had a pretty good rookie season.
All right. And one other thing, Jimmy, in closing. Okay. There's something coming up Friday. I assume there's another an AussieBallin. You can go, or I could probably mute you for you. There you go. And then just unmute when I call on you. No problem. There's possibly a logo show on Friday?
I'm not sure about that one.
Okay.
The way I feel like it left off, and I could be totally wrong, reckless speculation, as you like to say.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're gonna get gauntlets.
All gauntlets.
I mean, maybe not all, but in the situation where, we left off somewhere, right?
Yep.
So,
oh yeah, that's a continuing storyline. As far as. Yep.
You phrased it very well, better than I could.
and so in the spirit of the logo show, Logo Gauntlets, the nominations, the shout-outs. First of all, Jimmy, you're my shout-out for tonight. How about that?
Appreciate that.
But if you had to shout out 2 people for a logo, a 2K logo, one skill-wise and one like an award-wise, and once again, host is off limits. It's anybody else's fair game. One skill-wise, one award-wise.
Well, the way Zach played against me today, he was absolutely hooping. I know I already gave him a shout-out, so shout out to him.
All right. So that's what it takes. If somebody beats you in Triple Threat Online, they are good enough to win the logo gauntlet.
I know he's a good player. I'm already knowing. I know you guys sweat on co-op and do all that different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
okay.
No, I see Brandon in here, and that's my guy, man. So I always enjoy hearing what he has to say. And has been, man, that dude's been around for a while. So Yeah, it just I just
Okay.
there you go.
All right. Zach and Brandon for logos. You heard it here first. That's awesome. And I appreciate your time as always, Jimmy. And season two incoming. And check out Jimmy's YouTube. Since he didn't shout it out, make sure to check out Jimmy's YouTube. He's streaming on it now.
Trying to.
Yeah, he did it today. So we got proof of that.
Stay tuned.
And so new speaker, AussieBallin. How are you doing tonight? Or today?
Yeah, I'm not all right. How about you?
I'm doing really good. We're talking about 2K, the end of 2K. But we talk a little bit about other wins, life wins and 2K wins. So, do you have a recent win you'd like to share with us?
I had a good run because something happened to me in life. A couple of weeks ago, I got stung by a bee, and luckily there was someone around with an EpiPen. But yeah, that's made me think about life and how precious it is, and it's opened my eyes.
Yeah, that's huge because you think about it. How many people travel around with an EpiPen? I know that's rare. I don't know anybody.
Australia is maybe 1 in 50, 1 in 100.
Which is still ridiculously odds. Which is still. Yeah. All right. So where did this bee sting occur? Because Australia, it seems like Australia. So you live in Australia?
Yeah.
Is it as dangerous as all the nature shows make it look? Because from what I see, everything in Australia is trying to kill us.
People on the nature shows and that overreact about it. We rarely see snakes. There's an occasional spider, but there's occasional deadly spider out here, but it's nothing to write home about. You go out in the country, out in the outback, of course you're going to see a lot more snakes than that when it's humid weather and that. So people just overreact about Australia and that. And you need to come here to know that it's safe. Of course there's bad people around everywhere you go. You're not going to avoid them, but...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the people you can't avoid, but yes. And shout out Celtic for life. My son, he actually spent some time in Australia, so that was kind of cool as well. So back. Yeah, back to the.
Protests going on in the city and that. There's a lot of Nazis and that. And yeah, I actually went to the city today and I saw a group of them, and I went straight back home because I don't want to deal with that. But yeah.
But back to the bee sting story. That seems intense. I don't know if I've ever had to survive much compared to that.
Yeah, it was a couple minutes from dying at least. So yeah, it was intense, but it's opened my eyes.
Yeah, to little things. Okay, so
you don't look at life. You look at life differently if you have a near-death experience. Like you always will. So
100%. 100%. Well,
there's a positive there. My eyes are open there, and I know how life is precious. So.
Yeah. I'm glad. Shout out them. They're my new shout out. Whoever had that EpiPen, they're my new shout out for the night. Good on them. So are you carrying around an EpiPen now?
Yeah, I always got one with me.
Good idea. Okay, so back to the lighter stuff then. Was my team season 1 a W, L, or mid? And don't expand on this. I'll have you expand on this at the end. But just a quick answer: W, L, or mid?
I reckon it was a dub. Just the content to get released. I reckon it was for the no money spent play and for someone that spends money. And there's even stuff that you can run as a casual, like the D-Ray run, and that it's not that hard to make 100,000 MT to run that. You can run B-Ray over time if you want to play TTO. There's stuff to do for every player and that. In the game, and I just really enjoy this MyTeam so far. The community's been great. etc. because everyone loves sniping. But other than that, I personally enjoy playing the game more than snipe, so I never really sniped. I did in the end of it to get 23, but not much at all. But other than that, it's been a good 2K so far.
All right.
Also doing.
So what for you? What has been your best achievement? Were you something like a tweetable thing?
I've got B Roy, I've got domination done, I've got all the modes done, everything. Just kept up to date. I've got every option to pull card in the game. Yeah, I just try and get everything done. I've got salary cap done, etc.
Jeez. So you're very much enjoying the game then.
Yeah, I probably got the most cards in the game as a, There's only 2 cards I'm missing, the D-book that you need to pre-order the game and the Wemby free. That's it.
The D-book free agent that you get for pre-order and the Wemby free agent. Those are,
You got the Wemby D-book you got and you pre-order the game a month.
Okay.
In advance, yeah.
Okay, so are you a typical completionist on video games? Do you try to, in a mode like MyTeam? Because that the collector level is a huge game mode itself. So it's like you're playing a couple different games.
It's a little bit of money. Like I've only really bought season pass and that. I think I just bought 700k VC, but just running the game and that, I made that VC back by playing marker, etc. So. Yeah, I just loaded up 700k VC when the game first came out. And I bought the season pass, but that's about it. That's all I bought this year.
All right.
I've got every game.
Right. And so are you a pack ripper? Do you rip packs?
No, if you guys are on the edge of if you want open packs or not, never, ever, ever open packs with MT. If you want to try out a card, just buy it on the block. It's a lot cheaper than that, and don't gamble. Packs are literally there to gamble. MT away. Don't do it.
100%. Yeah, when I had some rough pack luck recently in stream. So, yeah, shout out chat for that.
Yeah, they're entertaining open, but people do it these days just for views and that. If they didn't get views on videos, there'd be no pack videos done. Free packs.
Oh yeah, a ton of the pack videos you see the pack openings. They're rough. They're rough.
They're even gone down to the views and that because there's not that many people compared to how they used to be. There's not as many people watching the game. So.
Yep, and it's just like the only thing that anybody is really interested in a pack is getting not only the amethyst card, but now it's got to be a hollow version of it. That's like the last RNG from packs.
Yeah, and hollows it's not even worth it. By the time you pull a hollow, you would have already spent the MT you make from a hollow. So what's the point of opening packs? Seriously.
Yeah, then you're chasing the hollow just to break even.
Yeah, basically.
That's rough.
And imagine if you're going for one.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I was. I'm not even, and I didn't get a hollow. So there you go. Yeah, don't rip packs unless it's all up to you.
Nice with achievements and I don't even want to get the achievements because you have to have a 13-man hollow team.
So
to get the actual achievements for completing this game by getting all the achievements, you have to have a 13-man hollow.
Yeah.
When I read that, I went, that's forcing people to make money forcing people to buy packs to get the hollow cards.
Really? Yeah, because there's no auction house, so you can't buy hollows anywhere but packs.
So there's a thing that's super shiny. Play a game where your complete 13-man lineup is all hollow cards. Unless you spend thousands of dollars on the game, you will not pull a hollow card.
No.
And how much are they expecting us to do?
So you have seen that agenda, or are you just thinking that agenda might be something that's coming?
There's a trophy. If you look at your trophies in 2K, there's a trophy.
Oh.
There's a trophy where you have to play a game where your complete 13-man lineup is all hollow cards. That's outrageous.
Oh yeah, I forget about those trophies was that like to get like the platinum award on PlayStation?
Literally, I don't think anyone will ever get the platinum award unless they literally grind the game for a VC or rip all the MT until they get a hollow card. And if that's one hollow card, it could cost $1 million MT to get a hollow card. That's 13 13 million MT, and you could get a duplicate while you're doing it. So that's the only thing I'm mad at 2K for doing in the whole entire game. That is literally pay to get the thing we pay the game to do. Some people is to get the platinum trophy, and they can't do it unless they spend over $5,000 in the game. It's just.
And I didn't even know that existed. See, I was looking for something to be mad about. Now that's what I'm gonna mad. I'm joining you in your crusade against that. Yeah.
You can't even get them from unauctionable packs. You can't pull hollows from unauctionable packs. It has to be pack purchase. How are 2K expecting us to do this?
What if there's more hollows coming?
If there's more hollows coming, yeah. But don't open packs at the moment because they're that rare.
Yeah, 100%. I haven't seen one yet, and I've ripped way more than my fair share of packs. Yeah, that's so. So you're grinding the game pretty good. What's been your two favorite modes? If you had to pick two modes that you would recommend people to play, because you're enjoying them so much.
Maybe I'll tell you, like DFS told me about this. There's an actual lineup you can run: Hakeem Warwick, Swamar Swift, and Kyle Korver. Everyone would have got Kyle Korver for free, so just buy Swift and Hakeem Warwick. You can use those as a duo. They count as gold cards. You get through the TTO game just like that in about 4 minutes, and you can make about 1,000 MT a game. Okay. That is a great mode that you want to keep stacking your MT and just talk to chat or whatever you're streaming. You just talk to your chat, etc. But yeah, that's why I've been pushing DFS to post out that video, because it will help out the community.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And that's, community is what we're all about here. It's about exchanging tips, about exchanging tricks, different ways to enjoy the game, and different things that frustrate us about the game. Like, the whole 13-man hollow thing. Yeah. Okay. So, how about your shooting? Are you a consistent shooter?
Yeah, I shoot about 60% from free online, so I would say I'm not that bad.
What's your favorite card to shoot with?
Believe it or not, I shoot a lot in the post, so Shaq.
Okay, yeah, I didn't expect that to be the first answer from somebody that your favorite card to shoot with is Shaq. I'd see that season 1. That's awesome though. But for the post.
Talk about the Sixers.
Yeah.
Philly's going to have a good year this year. We've got promising players in that, like Patrick Beverley, Kelly Oubre, Mo Bamba. We've got good bench pieces. We just need to see how James Harden's situation goes. But yeah.
There you go, Jimmy. Talking about the Sixers. That's perfect. Yeah, that's if anybody does want to put something in chat, I may or may not read it.
Anything about the preseason so far? I've watched every game, so I can tell you who's looking good, any underrated players in that. Like today, we got a trade for Kevin Porter Jr. for Jermaine Robinson-Earl and Victor Oladipo, I'm pretty sure. So. All
right. And so. I
read that the Thunder gets. I think the Thunder already waived Porter Jr. But yeah.
I heard immediately. They say they put in the post immediately. Just to let everybody know, immediately. So who's, in your opinion, who's winning the NBA title? Reckless speculation, too. Who's winning the NBA title this year?
It could be 8 or 9 teams. Like, it could be the Lakers, it could be Denver, it could be Boston, it could be Bucks, it could be the Suns, it could be literally be anything. But the underrated pick, I reckon Denver's going to go back-to-back.
Okay.
Jokic is, as much as I'm a Jokic hater, so to say, because I'm a Philly fan, and I reckon Embiid should have got one of those MVPs because I felt like he played better than him. Jokic is a generational talent that we will rarely ever see at the center position. He's basically a Westbrook that does everything Westbrook did in his prime, but consistent. Jokic is going to be a top 50 player of all time eventually. As much as that hurts me to say it, Jokic builds around Porter Jr., Murray, Pope very, very well, and Gordon.
Okay.
So I just think the Nuggets are very, very well balanced in that. I reckon they could go back to back. But if one of them does get injured, probably go towards Boston or the Bucks. Yeah. But I reckon it's going to be a Nuggets versus Bucks finals.
That seems like that's the money favorite. Yeah, those teams are stacked. And it should be a fun year for sure, especially with Dame going to the Bucks. Should be a fun year. And the Nuggets getting better.
There goes the Bucks' chances, I reckon.
Just like that. If what's that?
If Dame gets injured in the playoffs or anything like that, hope he doesn't. But there goes the Bucks just like that. So I reckon a more well balanced team like. Even the Celtics, if they get injuries and that, their bench is not as good anymore.
All right.
That's why I can see if Philly stays healthy and that, and if they get good. I reckon Philly's bench is the best in the NBA right now.
Okay, I can't disagree because you seem like you're way more informed than I am, so I'll believe it. But as far as more regular speculation,
I'm not a Philly fan, but we're literally got everything we need on the bench to win a title if Embiid can perform in the playoffs. If he can perform in the playoffs how he does in the regular season, Philly can go all the way.
Okay.
If he doesn't, we're going to hope win it.
Yeah, seems like it's been a big if. So back to my team then. Now that we're moving into season 2, we're talking about reckless speculation. Give me 3 names that you could see 2K dropping for us, to get us excited.
I could see a level 40.
Oh, good shout.
Because everyone's saying it could be Jokic. It could be Jokic's been a level 40. They have not re-released any duplicate level 40s. If you looked at that, they have not done anything like that. So it's not going to be Jokic. So I just reckon it's going to be a center because literally we only got Shaq and AD, but they're not going to make they're going to make either center going to be the B-Road run or it's going to be level 40. There's going to be a center in one of those. But I also could see like I was thinking about this the other day. I'm just trying to think. It could be like a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for level 40. I could say that. He's an up-and-coming player and that. I know they just did a point guard, but I reckon a Shai is not really a pack seller. Like, he's on an up-and-coming team and that. I reckon people would get hyped for Shai and that, but, yeah. I could see them release a full piece in the game mode and that. That's another card I could see, but, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think it'd probably be one of the people that we run into in the city, right? Like a Shea or maybe even a CJ McCollum. Somebody like that.
CJ McCollum for level 40? No, they would never give up. He's not getting up names for level 40.
Oh, but what if he can really shoot? Like really shoot?
No.
Okay.
No,
All right. I don't know. I'm hoping for Diamond D-Rob.
People that want their way to level 40 straight away, so they're not going to release a CJ McCollum for level 40.
All right, fine.
2K wants people to buy their way to level 40 just to get the card just like that. They're not going to release a card that is going to be outdated in a week after.
Well, he is in the city, so that's, he's...
But I reckon the first rival card we get, like the Shaq of this season, like how we have Shaq, for the legacy, I reckon it's going to be Magic Johnson.
Okay. Yeah, because I was first thinking when people said that, hey, maybe it could even be like a LeBron level 40, I was thinking, oh, that's crazy. But then you remember, hey, you can buy level 40 right away. You can buy level 40 right away. So.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. 2K is going to use him for Halloween. Let's be real.
Oh, yeah. Mass LeBron last year was a nightmare.
Let's be real. 2K will never, ever give us a level 40 LeBron.
Okay. I don't maybe.
It's literally the biggest pack seller in the game. They gave Kobe for collector level out of respect. But they're going to make money off Kobe anyway by releasing him during the year and that. So they can do that. But if we see a LeBron, I will, yeah. I'll shave my head bald for level 40 if there's a level up.
All right. Unnecessary deal, but I'll take it. So hopefully behind the scenes, somebody at 2K, maybe they want to see you bald. I don't know. Well,
I would gladly go bald if they give a free liberal now for level 40. I would gladly go bald.
So your overall thoughts of so far season 1 going into season 2?
I reckon they could reduce the tax for some players like that. 60% is way too high. Maybe 40%, or down to 40% or something like that. It'll be a bit better.
Okay. That'd be very, very helpful to people like me that are MT poor right now.
It's easy to make MT. Just run the game. Don't have the packs.
See, that's where I run into trouble. About the packs thing. So I'm gonna get better at that.
Well, good thing that he hasn't opened a pack since 2K21.
Yeah. See, and see, maybe that's it's a willpower issue, not a skill issue. Maybe I just ain't got it.
Or instead of buying VC, you just buy MT, you know what I'm saying?
What would you buy MT for? Seriously, you can run it.
Oh yeah, so many different ways.
And even you go buy VC at MT, why not buy VC and get a discount on the card? Why buy MT?
Preach.
Okay. See? Oh yeah, see? New tips and tricks.
Why do you need to buy MT? I don't think anyone's bought MT except for Trelli. Okay. He bought 5 million MT at the start of the year. I don't think anyone would have bought MT in the meantime.
Oh yeah. Remember when saying buying MT was like a banned topic? Back in the day. Well, shout out you, AussieBallin. I appreciate you. Did you make content? Do you stream? Where can people find you?
I need to get back into it. Like, I took a break because of my mental health status, because I lost my dad in 2021, and yeah, that was hard for me.
I'm sorry to hear that. But we appreciate you still hanging out.
I did. So yeah, I will be streaming again soon. So if you guys want to check me out, you don't have to. It's AussieBallin right now. But yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you speaking. So you're going to be my shout out for tonight. And one thing that 2K does, that they do like a logo gauntlet for their biggest shout out. So, and they used to do a logo show. I don't know if they're doing that still, but so if you had to pick 2 people to nominate, one skill wise and one award wise for a 2K logo, who are 2 people that you'd like to see it?
In the community or in this open mic right now?
Where anybody, if somebody that you think is good enough to earn one in the logo gauntlet, and then somebody that you think is like an award, like winning an Oscar or something, one's awarded.
Definitely for that deserves it. My guy at DFS, he's been there for the community for years. Like, if anyone deserves a logo, it's DFS.
I agree.
DFS or Floki, one of those 2 who helped the community like that. Even Hollow J, like, he's got a chance as well, because Spontaneous J, he's helped a lot as well, community. Anyone that does that, but for skill, I reckon you can't go past Ty Devo, right?
Oh yeah, he's very, very good at 2K. That's for sure.
Or Ty Devo or Flash, one of those 2, yeah.
Yep. No, those are great shout outs. I was thinking you were gonna say DFS and Floki, one skill wise, one award wise, but you have to pick who's who. It would be a mystery. But great shout outs. And I appreciate you spending some time with us, Aussie. We do this every Tuesday. And it sounds like you're killing it in the game.
Yeah, always had a skill in this game.
Yeah. And
the other day I almost beat Carlo on his post, but he barely beat me because of my leg. But yeah. And he's meant to be so-called a 250k champ.
But yeah, it seems like this year anybody can beat anybody. That's what it sounded like.
It's harder when you're delayed. Like 1960s TV.
Sure is. It sure is. Well, I appreciate you, Aussie. Up next, I know you've been patiently waiting, Ramsey. How you doing tonight?
I'm good, Tim. How about yourself, man?
I'm doing great. It's been a pretty darn good 2K week, that's for sure.
It has been a very interesting 2K week, to say the least.
Imagine way back when we were chatting back in the day when we were grinding co-op off stream.
Listen, yeah, I know, man. That's where it started, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see what season 2 entices.
Mm-hmm.
I know that 2K's not gonna mess up in this aspect with dropping a LeBron of some sort, so we'll see what we get for that.
How about a recent win from you before we get you too riled up on 2K? How about a recent win from you? Huh?
A recent win. I got to plan the different games for Carolina basketball. That was a travesty last year. That won't be this year. So I'm planning out the tickets. And, of course, like I said, anybody still an option, just let your boy know. We got until March. The NCAA tournament is here in Charlotte again, in the city. So you know I will be front and center for that. I don't care if Carolina gets put there or not. They probably will. You know how that goes. But I got that all planned out. And I'm excited because that frees up other money that I have to buy everybody gifts with. Because, you know, we got the holidays coming up sooner. Think about it. We almost through October, it seems like.
We got to start counting down the shopping days to Christmas already.
Yes, dude. Yes, yes.
All right.
So it's been cool. It's been cool to get into the swing of things with that stuff.
And you still got the pulse of the MyTeam community, Ramsey.
Yes,
so in your opinion, short answer, don't expand on this yet. Just was MyTeam season 1 a W, L, or mid? There'll be time to expand. There'll be time to expand as well. It's just, but WL or mid?
I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in.
Okay.
I'm gonna go in.
Okay. And that's more positive than I was expecting. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in.
All right. What do you think has been the best part of season 1?
I think the new things that the game mode has. We we knew what was taken out, like the auction outs and stuff. I mean, like the different abilities. Like I know for co-op, that was a big issue if you didn't have a third. You were just getting scraped by whoever. So you get that automatic queue. I think that helps a lot.
Because I know have you seen this 15-0? Are you built for a 15-0 triple threat online run, Ramsey?
Listen, I am definitely built for a 15-0. It's just I know how sweaty you can get. Because I've done challenges in the past where you have to win a certain amount of games online. The online scene is not what I was worried about. I was worried about the natural causes of an early game, meaning a desync or somebody quits out and you. That's the only thing I was really worried about it. But for the most part, I mean, there were a few instances on that day where everybody was going 15-0 that they may have had to restart or something happened. But I would say for the most part of what I saw, a lot of people got to obtain a free card in Chris Bosh. And they still have an option to, which is good.
Yep, and it's a pretty solid card from what I've seen. I haven't used him yet. I don't intend on really ever using him, but I'm not quite built like that. That's a lot. I can't imagine I get to like 7 or 8. I'd be losing my mind. Wins in a row.
Yeah, like that was the part for me. It's like if I get there and I'm this close and something happens, like. Oh, that's that. It gets sweaty. It's sweaty.
And see, in the back of my mind, I thought maybe the Pyramid of Power Dwayne Wade grind, Miami Wade might have pulled you out of retirement, might have got you into 2K.
No. Not just one player card.
Point guard eligible. Point guard eligible.
Well, he's supposed to be point guard eligible. He was a point guard in 06.
All right,
So,
all right.
I mean, that's not a surprise there. I mean, the Wade card is nice, right? But then I'm unhappy with what I see about the KD card. Yeah, because that's through the roof. See, like, it's pick and choose. So it's like, I'm familiar with your game. And then don't even get me started about the stuff that needs to be fixed going into season 2. Don't sit here and tell a lie about pack odds. We were all there that day that they said pack odds were this, and then they were not that, from 11 to 11:15. That shouldn't happen in any company, let alone a sports company to the degree that 2K is. That's the stuff where you get people irritated and agitated, and it's going to boil over, or people don't really say how they feel. Like I said, every game has its flaws. But when you do blatant stuff like that and blatantly lie and then try to say, oh, we didn't say this. No, we're in the day and age of social media. You think you can post something and delete it or check? That thing is screenshotted, picture taken, everything. So
did you see the refunds?
Yes, I saw the refunds, but it shouldn't have gotten to the point, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
I can harp on both sides because I can see it from both perspectives. I see what 2K was trying to do, but when you do it in an unprofessional way or don't tell people it's going to be this is how it is, and you have to make a make right, then that's when the vision gets cloudy, right? The vision gets cloudy, and then you get people, posting, and I'm seeing reposts of, I'm on this side of 2K. I don't want to play my team today. I want to play Park. I want it to be enjoyable for everybody in your own way again. And we can get there. But we got to correct what is wrong. And we got to face the music. If we can talk about this and that of a logo show and be happy about this card, we can also air out our grievances and feel that we can actually be heard. Nobody's being heard here. Nobody. And it's just what it is. I mean, my team is not bad. It's a great mode. It brings so many people together. But that gets overshadowed, especially by people who are just asking to come into the mode. Do you think I guarantee you, I can guarantee if everybody in here asked 3 different people tomorrow, would you get 2K my team? Based off of people not even knowing knowledge, they probably wouldn't because of what they've heard or what they've seen. And the reaction is good some days, but the days that it's bad, boy, there are long days, man. So, like I said, tomorrow's devlog comes out. Hopefully it's a new regime, because don't tell me I'm not buying you can't correct it. I'm not buying that anymore. Madden has fixed it. Madden was dead to left, worse than 2K, and they had to fix it. So 2K, you got to respond. How are you going to respond? It's the 4th quarter, as of right now, for a lot of different people. You got 3 seconds on the clock. You do not need a 3 to win. Go for the time saving grace 2 and get this back on track. Because a lot of people going to be named Lou in season 2, and they're going to be through. For real. Straight up. So, I'm just keeping it 100. We can go to the next thing.
All right. So reckless speculation. We're talking about predictions for season 2. LeBron. All right.
LeBron, Raymond James, LeBron, Raymond. Well, if we doing I really should. We already know we're getting LeBron. Like that shit, you gotta get.
Of course.
So I said today when I was talking to Killer Josh, shout out my boy, I said, don't be surprised you get that Kwame Brown. I'm telling you, Kwame Brown is coming. What he say? He gonna be setting a lot of screens for Kobe. What he say? I set them screens for Kobe. Yeah, he gonna be doing a lot of screens. There you go. For sure, I want Kwame just for the fact.
Okay. All right. So would that be enough? If let's say we find out tomorrow, level 40 is LeBron. And I know it's crazy. It might be crazy talk. Are we loading up Ramsey yet? Or we need a little more? We need a little more.
Listen, LeBron could be level 40. LeBron could be a login thing. I don't necessarily. That's not gonna do it. And think about it. If D Wade didn't do it, and that's my goal. I mean, LeBron only played for my franchise. He's not my favorite player all time.
All right.
So no. I mean, because LeBron, let me say this: maybe another level 40, you may have my interest because LeBron I already know he's gonna be there. So.
All right. So who's winning the NBA title IRL this year?
I can tell you who's going. I don't have a bold prediction for who's winning, but I got my conference finals already locked, and that's just a definite.
Okay, because we are hoping, we have our fingers crossed that they will do more of a tie-in with the NBA and my team.
I think they will win it. I think it's about timing, and I give them their time to get it all set up or change things because you can have it set in stone, and then you want to pull it up. So I think they will because like I said, different games and try to go with a theme of whatever's going on, and it may not work out. So I'll give it their time. Yep. I go with, unfortunately, I'm going with the Bucks, Eastern Conference Finals, and then of course, unfortunately, I don't like them. We really own them 2 out of 3, but I gotta go Boston because you can't overlook what they got. I get it. I get the statement that was the 76ers, but let's be real. That statement that I heard about the 76ers having a bench depth, that's probably one of the craziest statements I ever heard. Because guess what? They have Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre is James Harden's, the guy who stole James Harden's ex, and now he's married to her. You think that they gonna mesh together? Yeah, the Philly is a travesty. We can forget that. So they're not even contenders. We need to, we in sports there's a thing called Face the Facts Monday, and people need to be facing the facts on the Tuesday, apparently, because we already know in order for you to advance in this sports world, especially how the game is today, you got to make the changes. I'm a Miami Heat fan. We're not doing nothing. Why? We got the same roster of people, and probably worse, because we lost the defender and Gabe Vincent, who went out west, and we lost Max Strus, who went in the east and went to our enemy, Cleveland. So, the only 2 legitimate teams, for real, out of the east, because it's so free, is the Celtics and the Bucks, and then maybe the Hawks would do something. I doubt it, but definitely I would. If you were betting money right now, lock Boston, Milwaukee. Whoever get game 1 is the higher seed, obviously. Now out west, now we talking because you got them boys Joker and the boys of the Bay with CP3 or whatever they doing. But don't forget that La La Land team, not the Clippers, the real ones, the Lakers. The Lakers made some big changes that's going to help them. The West is obviously more stacked than the East because you can't forget the Suns. You got KD, Book, and Beal. That's just offense for days, So, all right. But I still say it's going to be Lakers versus either Lakers, Nuggets. The defending champs are going to make it back. Lakers, Nuggets, or Suns, Nuggets.
All right. And side question, what kind of news would you have to get to show up the next day for work with Jimmy Butler's new hairdo?
That if I just showed up and took a picture, I get they're gonna have to give me at least $50,000. I'm gonna take 50 because 50 is being because technically because I could today's day and age, if I looked like that, I could. How people like to, I'm this, I'm that, I need $50,000 as compensation because what if somebody mistakes me for this? And, so I'm just like, no.
That'd be pretty good.
$50,000 for sure.
That'd be
that's crazy because I'm just thinking, I literally thought, what hairdo is he going to do next year? Jimmy. So, yeah, it would definitely have to be a pretty penny for sure.
And right away, people were trying to put it in the game for their My Player.
I was like, I don't like it at all. I'm just like, hey, when I saw it, I was thinking, this is one of the reasons that, we're the team in the last couple of years that can make it but not finish it. I'm not so much a Jimmy, but Jimmy's obviously, in a way, saying, bruh, I'm in a I'm in a not so good state because not only did you not give me help with Dame, you let Drew walk to the Celtics. I'm like, so a lot of people looked at it like, what is he doing? But I had to go back and look at it like, damn, Jimmy just crying out for help. He ain't got no help for real. So that's why,
All right.
I say that.
All right. So I know you've been playing Madden a lot. Still in the Madden streets, and they're still dropping some good content, keeping everybody interested. I know the season's still young.
They're dropping content. I don't know if it's necessarily worthy of being happy about yet or not per se, because it's like you drop like that's why I said I know that's why I want to give 2K their flowers too, because they do good stuff. Like the content is on time. It makes sense to what the theme of what they want to talk about is. Like, oh, we dropping this because of that. Madden don't always drop on time. Madden don't always, they drop the same type of players, like, but so it's like, that's why I'm still giving 2K their flowers, because I know we can get it fixed. We just gotta, tell them, hey, we're not really liking it. We're really, really not liking it. Not everything, but there's some parts, and we just need it tweaked. Just a tweak, not a full change necessarily, because obviously that's when the cloudiness gets going. Like, oh well, y'all, you wanted to change, now we changed to this. You're still not happy. No, you didn't change it. You just made it look like you changed it. I'm not familiar with your game.
All right, okay. Well, I'm gonna stop you while it's still leaning in a positive direction. I like this. Season two, optimistic Ramsey.
For me, because I'm gonna tell you like it is. I don't care. So
Nope. All right, and that's what I appreciate. So I want you to think about this next question real quick, and it's going to be logo nominations. One skill-wise, one award-wise. You're familiar with what a 2K logo is, and so you think about that. I just want to jump through. I want to say what's up to DJ Bright. He's commented in the stream. Got to say what's up to Freebase. What up, Pimp Juice, of course. Evan, Isaac, Hollow J, Jimmy Crack Corn. Haven't got to talk to Jimmy Crack Corn in a while, but he's here, and we appreciate it. He got some information out of AussieBallin, so we appreciate that. So thanks, everybody. So back to Ramsey, all right? You're in control of giving out 2K logos.
I like these questions from you, but then it's like, Tim, with me, it's so different because I am everywhere.
Oh yeah. So for the one person you're gonna make happy, you're gonna break 1,000 hearts, and you've been.
I know, and it's like, for me, it's like, oh, I'm familiar with a lot of people's game, and so if they hear this, they're gonna be like, oh, really? That's how you were feeling that day? I'm like, but listen, you can't please everybody, right? So I did think about this because I will say, shout out you, Tim, for this question. I really liked it because it makes you actually think. So I could go my usual suspects, but I will say I think on the 2K skill-wise side, like playing it to that part of the question, I'm going to go Eggnog King because I love the way he analyzes the game sometimes when he plays, meaning he has the skill to compete. Like, I think he lost the tie by like 2. So that tells me that he can bang with the best of them, because it was not like, I had both their streams up and Ty could not figure anything that Ty did, he answered back. But he would also, while he's doing it, talk about, meaning just say little things like, you got to get, meaning the reason you're not there is the reason he gave it up. He would analyze his team and make the adjustment. So, and he has a pretty good record online anyway. So, I would definitely go
he's comped.
Eggnog for
definitely comped.
for online.
Because
he played in NATO's league. He's in NATO's league this year again. Hopefully, he can win it maybe. But there's a lot of heavy hitters in that too. So, I would go Eggnog, and then for the other half of it was just playing 2K, or
just a kind of an award, like a celebratory award. So
this is the harder one. Yeah, see, this is why I like the question, because the easy one is like, who do you like to play the comp? But this one, jeez, this is.
Yeah.
I'm I'm gonna go. The reason why I'm going Hamza is because he don't get mad. Like, Hamza literally lost off a buzzer beater, dog, and said, I was like, ooh, no. I was like, and it's not like Hamza, like, it was just like, oh, he just didn't play defense at the end of the game. He had to come back. No. He had gotten, like, it was like animation happened. He couldn't do nothing about it. He calls the timeout, draws up good defense, and it was like, bail out at the end, just kick it, and then shoot it, and threw it up, and it went through the net. Hamza on straight was just like, well, GG's. I was like,
yeah.
Hamza, how do you do it? And he can do that. He can do, like he texted me the other day. He goes, yeah, made it third round to the PL tournament, just got sweaty. I just wasn't trying to deal with it. I'm like, Hamza, how are you so calm? Like, dang, he just going round by round through people, and he just calm as day. I'm like, just like my boy Stuart Scott. Hamza, for real, deserves that award because he is cool as the other side of the pillow. For real, truly. Like, with everything, but definitely 2K. He'll complain, yes, but he not going to rage. He not going to stand up and scream. He going to be cool as the other side of the pillow. So I'm like, yeah, I need that.
He's got the patience of a saint, is what he. Yeah.
I mean, seriously, it's like, dude, I don't get it. He could be up and he just calm. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Oh, and also shout out Zach. Shout out Zach. Got to shout out Zach.
Yeah.
In the end.
Yeah, exactly.
But
be ready for them Tar Heels, baby. Let's not forget, Tim. Y'all got a date with the real Blue. I might have to send you some pictures if I'm at that game too. You know.
All right.
Them Wildcats. Okay.
Yeah. See, basketball season's coming. It's.
Everybody's scared of a Wildcat till they get stuck in some tar. Okay.
All right. Very nice, Ramsey. I appreciate you, Ramsey. Great shout outs. Great job. Great job today.
You ready for the new season? Listen, I know you're gonna be ready, and I'm gonna be there to watch you. You never know. I tell you, I could be on the lookout. It could be the matter of seconds that just get me fired up to be like, all right, Tim, I'm gonna show you how it's done. Or I'll be like, Tim, we gotta go to war for this card now. You never know. So
I can't wait till there's some kind of just random co-op stream or just grinding, and then I see out on the screen versus Kid Ramsey. That's what I was going to say. What?
It's not far-fetched. It's not too out of reach. So we'll see. We'll see though. But like I said, don't let me have hope just overshadow. I know it can be fixed. It will be fixed, and we just gonna continue for the rest of the year because we gotta rock out, man. Absolutely. Listen, I need something to get excited for. Miami's not gonna have a good season. Now I'm a realist, okay? Hey. It ain't gonna be one of them years. So I need something basketball wise.
Hey, it's so far so good. Pyramid of Power D-Wade.
Yeah.
Hey, Bosch 15-0. It's easy. That'd be a good way to jump back into it. But someone who is playing some 2K MyTeam, Trelli, how you doing tonight? Appreciate you coming back.
Thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm always fantastic, brother. Always fantastic.
Always fantastic. I like that. That's a great approach. How about a recent win? From you?
So are we what's is this like PG? Like, how do you want me to keep it? PG-13, PG?
Yeah, probably in case technically I am monetized on YouTube, so and sometimes children listen. I don't know. So I guess a win. Choose your own adventure on the win. I haven't edited anything yet, so.
I'll keep it PG for you, Smalls, man.
Oh, hey, there you go.
That's what I was asking. But no, win is I stuck it to the boss lady today.
All right, that's an interesting win.
Oh yeah.
For hopefully, hypothetically, but how about MyTeam Season 1 for you, in your opinion? Was it a W, L, or mid?
It was mid. It was very mid.
Okay. What was your best part? Best part of MyTeam Season 1?
Oh, the best part was unlocking Kyrie off the rip and then instantly regretting it. It was the best. Other than that, though, the best was the D Wade grind. Very easy.
All right.
Getting the 100K was pretty fire, you know. And yeah, that was the best part.
All right. So are you hoping any of these grinds come back? What about the 15-0 Bosch? Did you try that?
No, it's I got to 7 or 8, and then it got tucked.
Yeah. And then how many times did you try it? Because I only gave it probably 1 or 2 real tries, but yeah, it was not easy. Not easy. So you made it to 7 or 8 once, twice?
Oh, once. And then I tried it a few other times, couldn't get above 3, so...
Okay.
I have way more to stress about than a virtual card.
Absolutely. But when you're trying to unwind on 2K MyTeam, what modes do you go to?
I go straight to the TTO online streets.
All right. That's what else? What other? If you had to pick top 2 modes, what do you like?
Top clutch time online and TTO.
Okay. How about your shooting? Are you a consistent shooter?
No, I'm more of a get in the paint, get that dunk, and then off ball and let the AI do the hard work for me. You know what I'm saying?
All right. What's your top card right now?
D Wade.
All right.
D Wade's definitely the top.
You playing much co-op? You trying any co-op?
No, I haven't really dedicated because I'm very busy. So I mainly just get on those modes, do my little spicy talk. You know what I'm saying? Do the little spicy talk and then hop off.
All right. Sounds like a pretty good time. What about predictions? Predictions season 2. Any names that you're looking forward to?
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to a D-Rob. Hopefully they drop my boy Yao. Can't wait for that. Need me a Yao Ming card early.
So you're excited for a Yao coming out. You'd like to see that.
Very excited. Very excited.
All right. What about for the NBA, for the IRL NBA? Who can you see? Who's your prediction to win it all?
I don't know about winning it all, but Celtics is taking the East.
Okay. All right. I like that.
Derek White should have been in top 100, by the way. They played him.
Who's that?
Derek White should have been a top 100 NBA player. They played him.
All right. But so back to my team then. I'm not sure if you're sarcastically enjoying it, you are enjoying it or not enjoying it at all. But your overall thoughts on my team. Are you looking forward to season 2 or?
I am. I'm just not. The reason I haven't Ramsey touched on it is it just costs too much money to keep up with my team right now, and I'm not finna spend a bag just to be like, oh yeah, flex to my team. I'll go in, I'll grind 3 players that I like that are good, and then talk my trash in TTO and clutch time. But I feel like the ones that really need a flex is like the unlimited, and I'm just not doing it.
Oh sure. Yeah, and it feels like if that's your mode, if you 5v5 modes, or even the 10v10 where you need a bench, if you feel the need to be comp to compete, you always want to have even good cards on your bench as well. And with the way it's currently set up, the fastest way to get the good cards is just to buy them. Yep.
That costs a lot of money. Not saying that I didn't spend money in the past, but just to keep concurrent with the cards, unless they drop something groundbreaking like who was it? The Pink Diamond Terry.
Yep.
If they drop something groundbreaking like that, that'll be fire. But until like a real groundbreaking longevity card comes out, nah. I've seen people lock in for Shaq and say that they regretted locking in Shaq and Curry and Durant.
Yep.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, and it happens quick too. It happens quick where the regrettable decision, a card that you don't like, or a card they drop another card that is better than the card you just bought. So, I guess that's the risk we run in a seasonal sports game, or they always got to try to be reinventing themselves to the end of the cycle. You know, but,
or promote fake pack odds. That's another thing. You could have put that money in stocks, my boy. Had you a little future with some stocks, you know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. Or you could have invested in Enron.
Or you could invest it in a cameo by one of your favorite people, like Shoutout Crip Mag, you know? On 5-5.
There you go. Yeah, and shout out you, Trelli. Yeah, you're my shout out tonight. All right. And the shout outs we're doing, they 2K does a logo where they nominate people, or they're doing a logo gauntlet where skill wise you get a logo now. So if you had to pick two people for an NBA 2K24 logo, one skill wise, one as more of a celebratory in the community.
Skill wise, honestly, I low key been watching some eggnog. I've been watching some hams. Honestly, just like Ramsey said, honestly, that man Egg is fire.
Yeah, he's a sweat. He's comp for sure, and also good at reading chat while they play. You know, him and Hams are both another one. Really good at the game, plus good at reading chat while they play.
Oh yeah, I remember discovering him first. I think he was playing, if I remember correctly, Dalpaca back in the day, and he was like averaging like 1 or 2 viewers a stream, and now he's popping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. It's awesome to see your friends succeed. So the next one from you for a logo.
And what was that? Just an award?
Yep, like winning an Oscar, I guess.
Oh man, bro! If I came back on the scene with the IRL content mixed with some MyTeam and 2K content, would have to be your boy Trelli in the building. You know what I mean? Have to. Number one, most underrated on the platform, most energetic, bro. If I came back, I would turn everything on heads.
All right. See, that's why you were my shout out, because I figured if you came back, everyone's gonna be on their head. So.
Max, number one spicy talker on the platform, Trelli 401. Yeah, you mean on 5-5.
All right. Well, I appreciate you being upside our heads tonight, Trelli.
Hey, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, bro.
And we are going to kick it over to Jimmy Crackcorn. I know Isaac talked about ending the space, which I think is a fantastic idea. I don't know if Evan wants to stick around and talk right before Isaac does. I'm not sure what. Okay, perfect. So Jimmy Crackcorn.
Yeah, you can go to them first, Tim, if you want. I'm totally fine with that.
Isaac asked if he could close tonight, so his wish has been granted. So Jimmy, you are on the hot seat, my friend.
Nice. Thanks for having me.
How you doing tonight?
Not bad. Just enjoying a nice, relaxing evening and getting ready for news about season 2.
Oh yeah, chomping at the bit, ready to embrace the dev blog. How about a recent win from you?
Well, October in our house is a really big birthday month. Celebrated my wife's 40th birthday and then my youngest daughter's 8th birthday. So that was fun. October 9th and 12th, respectively. So it's always something to look forward to. And we really had a good time with those birthday celebrations.
Oh, yeah. And so those are fun now, and they just get progressively more expensive as life goes on.
A little bit, yeah.
So your overall thoughts, MyTeam Season 1 was a W, L, or mid?
You know, I'm a little bit conflicted because there was a lot of stuff that they did that I really liked, but there were some aspects that just reminded me of kind of this is 2K who we're dealing with. First, the things that I really liked, so I'd say mid. The things that I really liked is like the free player grinds. Basically, I don't ascribe to the people who say that you can compete with the free grindable cards because they've clearly made it the case that you have to, if you want to be at that top level or have the best cards, you have to commit your MT or your money or your time to that. So, but I think that the variety of free content that they've given, the variety of the grinds, the consistency of it, I don't think we've seen a better season in terms of the amount of free cards that we've gotten. So I think that's the biggest plus. I also really like the challenge of some of the offline grinds, specifically all-time domination. I know that some people were really surprised by the difficulty that the CPU had, and I would just say, where have you been the last couple of years? It's been that way. It's a little bit worse this year, I'd say, but at the same time, it's they sometimes give you a big challenge, and so I like that. I like that. Being able to compete and win against some of those all-time teams. I think the team that gave me the hardest run was the all-time Lakers. Had to play them actually 5 times to get that 3-star victory. But
so tell me about games like 3 and 4. I bet those were a blast, huh?
Well, game 3, I'm up 16 with like a minute left. And Jerry West comes out of, when the Lakers put in their hell lineup, which is like Magic, Kobe, LeBron, Shaq, Kareem, you can't really do anything against them. You can't backcut anybody. You have zero success because they hit basically, Kobe hits every 3, even contested. Shaq and Kareem will just post you up and hit like 78% smothered shots in your eye from the post. So I'm up 16 and I get plucked by Jerry West, and I just completely imploded. And because if there's like a threshold, you're gonna be close in the first quarter because they have their starters, they put it on you. If you can't build a lead by 2 minutes left, if you can't build like an 18 to 20 point lead with 2 minutes left in the fourth, then the computer knows like what your target score is, and they'll start full court pressing you. They'll start just hitting these crazy shots. So I was up 16. I think I'm cruising to this win on my 3rd game, and I get plucked by Jerry West. They hit a 3-pointer. I turned the ball over the next possession. Then I'm looking at my box score. I'm like, yeah, no wonder I lost. I had 10 turnovers. So it was rough, but I stayed up late that night to beat him, and I was
breaking down film of game 3 for you. I like that.
I was just like some of the CPU players are cracked out because of their tendencies. So like Jerry West's on-ball steal, I swear he had a better on-ball steal percentage, and just he was more aggressive with it than any other point guard that I played. And I would usually like bring it up with my point guard, try to isolate a player, and basically back cut him to the rim. I shot 0 threes in my run on all-time domination. And I just perfected this. Basically, it's a variation of what a lot of people are using, the Giannis method, except instead of shooting threes, I was isoing and back cutting with Vince Carter and Clyde. It's a technique I learned from CW, watching him, and Cabrillo really gave me confidence to be able to take on that grind and see a couple different play styles and give me confidence that you could beat all-time domination. And even if you lost or didn't hit that 15-point threshold, that it wasn't that big of a deal. So watching you guys stream it as well as see it be challenging led to some allure for me, and I've definitely set that as a goal, and I was glad that I was able to complete it because it was a lot of MT per game. But kind of leading
another reason for your squad builder, right? You're trying to get your best cards to beat them,
Yeah. And I try to do it in a way where like I had enough MT to buy Anthony Davis and Scotty, but I kept winning. I was like, do I really need them if I can do it with De'Aaron Fox, Vince Carter, Ron Artest, Alonzo Mourning, Nate Thurman, and then Kyrie Irving and Clyde, and sometimes DeRozan. I ran like a 7-8 man rotation because my bigs and Ron Artest were basically just there for defense and rebounding. And I cycled through my point guards and shooting guards, just had an extra guy there. So I held off on buying any of those cards, and I'm kind of glad I did because I proved to myself that I could do it even with, like, I would say relatively low tier cards. But then I got the badge packs from All-Time Domination. Supposed to be every badge in the game, but they're missing about 13. And so that's kind of where I would lead into some of the things that I would give it a mid for, because a lot of the badges that are missing, there's 13 badges that are basically new to new gen, and they weren't previously converted older badges. Like on old gen, there's the bully badge still. That's now bulldozer, basically. On old gen, there's clutch shooter. That's 3 points, essentially. So there's some new badges, technically, that are just like reformatted old badges. But the new ones, like 94 feet, immovable enforcer, probably my favorite badge in the game, big driver. They didn't exist in this all badge in the game pack, and they didn't. And they're not accessible. Like, go into your collection on New Gen and you won't have any of, it's like 13 different badges, I think, that just don't exist. And I don't think they ever will exist. And so then I started doing kind of a deeper dive into badges, and I realized that there's only 3 players that can get not only every badge in the game, but a specific set of certain badges. So, I looked into it more, and I was like, man, precision dunker, free points, spot finder, open looks, touch passer, speed booster, triple strike, blow by, relay passer, fast feet, bulldozer. All of those are new badges. None of them can be applied to any player, even upgraded if they have it on silver or bronze, except for B. Roy, Chris Bosh, and Shaquille O'Neal. Literally, and I'm clicking through every single tier of every single badge in the game, because I've started doing this kind of unsolved mysteries type deep
Oh yeah,
dive.
I can imagine as you're peeling the onion layers back, you're like, wait a second.
I'm like, I know, and I'm like, you can't apply. You can't apply this to anybody. First Hoff badge I get is bulldozer. I'm like, yes, because I got it out of the purple pack on week 1. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna put this on Sapphire Giannis or somebody else. And so, on the one hand, maybe this is a really good way that they're limiting pacing. You can't put any badge on the game, any badge on any player, with the exception of those 3 that I mentioned, which are either incredibly difficult free grinds or the ultimate money reward from the season, Shaq. Maybe that's it, but it's not boding well when you have new badges, more than half of which, because there's 24 new badges. 13 of them don't exist in the game. These other 11 that I just mentioned can't apply them. So to me, it's like one of the things that I was excited about for New Gen, and maybe even sold copies of the game, I'm not going to go so far as to say that, but maybe it did for some players, was these new badges. Well, we're at a point where you can't even add these new badges. And it's not only those badges. Like, you can't add limitless threes. You can't add, blinders. There's a few others that just don't allow you to be upgraded. So when people are saying, hey, buy badge packs from the token market with your leftover tokens, grind domination for these badges, I'm just keeping them as kind of a stock and not really putting too much stock into, hey, this is going to be something that I'm going to be able to put on people maybe in Season 2. Because I don't know if it's something like the explanation that we got was like, yeah, these new badges, they're not in the game and they're not going to be in the game. So it's like, just forget about your desires to ever see Big Driver as a badge that you can get, acquire, or apply. So there's just some kind of weird things that, now 2K's out of the building hype and the marketing phase, and we're not getting as much information, we're not getting as much detail about, where, if you're discovering these missing pieces, it's how do we figure out an answer for them. And I was grateful that Cabrillo posted something and tagged Six Man Sam, because then he was like, yeah, these badges, they don't exist and they won't exist because we couldn't figure out a way to have them in the game and put them in these badge packs if they weren't also versions of them on old gen. So that's kind of like a rabbit hole that I went down. And
Cabrillo tagged me for tweeting that I shot 4 for 4. And tagged me under Splash's tweet too. So you've got to be,
so you never know
the gift and the curse. Yeah, you never know if it's a shout out from Cabrillo is good or bad.
Yeah. So, and if you ever pop into his daily 5 a.m. to midnight streams, you'll know that he can really go either way. So, definitely an asset to the community. Sorry, I kind of went a little bit overboard, but wanted to share that. So
that's fine.
It's a mid season.
Okay. So for you individually, what is your best part, best achievement that if you had to pick one thing that's happened, maybe something you've earned, someone you beat.
Yeah, I think it would have to be just completing both dominations. Shout out to Jeff Bezos. He's a completionist in terms of the offline grinds, and that's just where I'm a little bit more comfortable. I don't like connection issues with online. I play, on television, on my couch, on Wi-Fi. So I'm not ever thinking I'm going to be competitive in a game. And I just like kind of the relaxing aspect that some of those provided me. So I'd say using a lineup that wasn't the best in the game, but beating some of the best teams that exist in the game in the offline modes is probably my biggest achievement. Not to say that Pau Gasol was worth it, but just a sense of achievement of being able to set a goal and complete it.
Yep. Oh yeah. And see, an offline is good too, because once in a while it's nice to know that there isn't somebody on the other end just whooping you. You're battling the CPU. There's nobody laughing at about how bad you are, besides anybody watching you play.
Because then I go into Triple Threat online to try to get 20 dunks for an agenda, and I realize that when they see Nate Thurman on the court, everybody just sits under the hoop with their center. And I'm like, I'd rather play the CPU than have somebody that just, and it's constant. It's like pretty much everybody that I played in these 6 games that it took me to get 20 dunks. That's all they did. And I was like, dude, it's not even, it might be fun for you to like get these wins on your way to Bosch, but this is in no way fun.
Yeah. It's nice when they have separated offline and online grinds. It sure helps.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
What about the Bosch grind, the 15-0? Did you give her a try at all? Are you built like that?
I think my record in Triple Threat Online is 8-14. So I go in there to.
Congratulations on the 8, Jimmy. Congratulations on the 8. All right.
Yeah,
that's good.
My only chance of getting Bosch is the random community member who currently has almost 400 Triple Threat Online wins on Xbox. That dad Breezy. He basically, we were in a stream, and he's like, hey, if you ever want, maybe I'll grind it for content once I get the most wins in Triple Threat Online. So I was like, well, if you want to do that, like, that's the only way I'd get Bosch, and that's kind of a long shot. So
hey,
I'm not really worried about it.
Yeah, because maybe season 2 something will come out different, and yeah, it's one of those things. It's a nice achievement for sure, but yeah, the mental toll it could for some of us that aren't comp. Some people that are like, I got to 13 4 times. Oh well, I'll get it tomorrow, and it's like, what?
Yeah, and maybe they'll make a double XP event in an offline mode, but nah, they won't.
You never know. You never know, because you like you said, Jimmy, you were beating all-time Dom with not the best cards.
I know.
So you're part of the problem. You need to want all the best cards.
I should. There should be that higher desire.
Yep. Like that's why you need to take advantage of the deal of the day. Today it's Kenny Walker, Emerald. What about the Durant? Or the Brandon Roy? Did you see any of those? Because I know they pull us into other online modes as well. I did not participate in Roy or Durant, but I did do the Wade. I did do the Wade grind.
Yeah, me too. I got less than 10 wins in every online mode, so I jump in there. Like I said, for agendas, I try to get my ring the first week of Unlimited, and as the weeks go on, it's just like any team that I would probably play would outmatch me either card wise or skill wise, so it's not even worth it. In that first weekend, I think in my second game I matched up with the person who was the number 2 overall player on PlayStation. They already had 1,300 unlimited points by I think 3 days into the game cycle. So I was like, I'll stay away from this if that's the SBMM I'm getting.
Yeah, high SBMM, right? Yeah.
Somehow.
So are you a consistent shooter?
No.
Agreed.
I mean, I'm a consistent dunker.
What's your favorite card to shoot with? If I had to say, hey, Jimmy, go hit 10 threes with this card, who you picking?
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen, okay.
Emerald Ray Allen. I took him into clutch time offline to get the 4-pointers for the Kyle Korver agenda, and he's got it's slower, and he kind of like tilts his body when he's ready to release it when I play on push, but he's one of my favorite players in real life. Going back to his Connecticut days, I remember getting a pair of Connecticut Nike shorts when I was a freshman in high school when they were on one of their runs, and I've liked him ever since, every team he's been on. So I think that he was just a card that I liked for nostalgia, and when I got him, I think I first got him for an agenda, like hit 10 threes with a cooking player in a game or something. I was like, I like his shot. He can green. He's got good badges, got good ratings, and his shot's good. So I think if I had to shoot,
Were you another one of the kids that would wear cool basketball shorts to inappropriate events?
Well, I mean, my whole wardrobe for probably like a 3 or 4 year period of time was athletic shorts and graphic T-shirts, man.
Nice.
So
what about warm-ups? Did you ever have a pair of tearaway warm-up pants, even though you never had the opportunity to get checked into the game?
I mean, I still have a pair of tearaway warm-up pants in my house.
Just in case.
I mean, if you're asking, did I ever ask for a full windbreaker top and bottom? Yeah, I did, and it was Michigan back when I was in 8th grade, and I got that for Christmas.
Oh man! And that's you wore it. What was the rotation? Once a week at least.
Yeah, so I'd wear like, I wouldn't wear the set as much. I'd wear the jacket and the pants separately.
Okay.
But I definitely would. I would never, I was too self-conscious about what I was wearing that I would never wear 2 things in a row.
Sure.
But I had probably like a 6 or 7 pair of shorts rotation that I'd go through.
That's nice. Yeah, it's always good when you're wearing your favorite get up, like a sweet Fila set.
Right.
Yeah. That's good stuff. I like that. Well, what about packs? Are you ripping any packs, Jimmy? Are you into packs? Is there any reason to rip packs besides hollows this year?
Well, I'm just a little bit. I haven't locked in a set, even though Sean Kemp's one of my favorite players, and I got Mitch Richmond. I'm only about 40,000 MTOA. I've only done the deals of the day that like really appeal to me. And I think packs I really enjoyed in your stream the other night when everybody was having you rip packs. And to the point where you had to raise that channel point requirement to 50,000.
And then turn it off, and then turn it off.
And then No Clue still kept having, that many channel points.
Yeah, I gotta watch my mods. I need a mod for the mods there. Yeah, they blew through all my VC. Yeah,
I must just dedicate too many songs to people to be competitive with the channel point game. But packs, they've totally taken away the allure of packs. It's like, what are you gonna get packs for when you can buy the players? Like, man, I used to be excited, to rip those 10 packs that I would when the cards came out on a day if I was around and available. Because it's like, what if you got one of the high tier cards and put them on the auction house, and he was a second on the auction house? What if you got one of the mid tier cards and you fleece somebody because you put them up for 100K right away? There wasn't any others. Or you put them up for 60K when the only others are at 80K. It's like there was just a different level of excitement, and that's why. And I think kind of it was mentioned before. I think Trelli was talking about there's not even that content that exists for people to rip packs. Like, I haven't seen a pack opening at all because maybe it's an intended, maybe it's an unintended consequence, but it was gambling, and I get that probably wasn't the best thing to be doing in a product that is catered to youth. But there was also this level of excitement and chance to it that I think drove a lot of people. I mean, yeah, there's gambling, but how many people are like posting their parlays of who they're betting on in football or the MMA fight or baseball? It's like that stuff is pervasive with DraftKings and MGM Bet. Get $500 if you sign up for this account. Free bets. It's just like American society on a level, but in terms of packs, I don't really rip packs unless they're free packs, and usually they're unsellable.
Yeah, there you go. But so now we're talking about speculating. Now we're moving into season 2. Everybody's got their predictions. This is recorded forever, Jimmy. So if you have to guarantee who's coming out in season 2, we switch it up from a prediction to a guarantee from you because you've been studying.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna.
Who can you see? Who, if you had to throw out a couple of names, who can you see? Who would get you excited if you saw?
I mean, I can take a dump in a box and mark a guarantee.
That ain't gonna sell breaks. What's that?
No, that ain't gonna sell brake pads. I'm gonna guarantee Rudy Gay Ultimate Reward. One of my favorite players in 2K. First pink diamond that I ever pulled out of a free pack was Warped Reality Rudy Gay in 21. And then I think for level 40, man, wouldn't it be crazy? And maybe I'll go out on a limb with AussieBallin and say I'll shave my head if it's MJ. Mm-hmm. What if it was MJ? Because now it's a little bit different with level 40 because you got that pay-to-play element where you can just jump right to level 40. Yeah. And, man, if they put a marquee player, I know Kyrie's not the most marquee, but we haven't seen MJ. We haven't even seen an MJ card. And I'm just wondering if they're going to do justice to my GOAT. And if he was level 40, man, I think that would, instantly draw hype to the mode. You'd have people that were swearing, 2K's got to do something in Season 2 or I'm going somewhere else. I think you'd see, maybe from an old head crowd, that's it, but MJ.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Yep, I like that. What about the NBA title? If you had to pick one team to win it, you leaning either way? And you can come back and look and say you were right, at the end of the year.
Dark horse, Dallas Mavericks, I think they don't have all the pieces, but Kyrie and Luka, the way that they play, the way that the rules are structured currently, and if they can stay healthy and get some contributions from other role players, then I think they're going to be really hard to stop in a dominant conference. Usually I'm an Eastern Conference guy. I'm an NL. I'm an NFC guy. But, man, I got to go with the Dallas Mavericks. Just not for any other reason than I like Luka, and I think that him and Kyrie could be really dangerous. Okay. They've got a little bit more time under their belt. I think they both have a chip on their shoulder. They're not the most liked guys, but that doesn't really seem to drive them. So, you want to have those people that don't really care about their Instagram followers or what people are going to say that they said at the press conference. I like that. I like that energy. I like that grit. And I like the fact that Mark Cuban seems to keep his teams competitive. Mm-hmm. It's not just him, but it's that whole, and playing where they play, I think there's also a good fan base, and I don't really like Dallas, but I think I like Dallas Maverick fans.
Yeah, one of those teams, if they're close, it feels like they're going to do something to try to stay competitive or try to get over the hump.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I just think that those two play styles, the rules are set up for them to be successful. And if they start cooking and they get in the zone, remember when Kobe had that run where he was he scored 40 points in however many games straight, and it was just insane until Harden did it a couple years later. I can see them going off on a run from December to February where they just kind of like when the Heatles were together and they only lost 2 games out of 30, I want to say. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Getting hot at the right time with the right motivation. Yeah, and yeah, I can see that. But shout you out, Jimmy. You're my shout out tonight. How about that?
Nice.
And if you, and something they do in 2K, they used to do a logo show, but now they do a logo gauntlet. If you were the one giving out 2K logos, one is skill wise, like the gauntlet, and one is award wise. Who are you picking? 2 people.
Yeah, I think skill wise, my logo it's got to be that dude that I mentioned earlier, that dad Breezy. You'll see him kind of coming up, lurking around, streaming sometimes. Man, he's no joke, like 400 and probably like 20. That's his record in triple threat online. I've never seen somebody just like love a mode that much, be as competitive in that one specific mode, and really just like crush anybody in his way. Yeah. So that would be my shout out for like the comp level. And then for that award, I want to give him a shout out. Big Rod, I was in his stream last night. He was going through, kind of showing me different things with the cars he liked. His ability to use KD, specifically that one-legged fadeaway jumper, man, I could watch those replays for like 20 hours straight. It was so cool. I love the pro play animations for some of the current players. And Rod just like engages with chat, really like has a good attitude about the game, reference other people that he's learning from, really humble in that respect. And I just give a shout out to Rod and that, and like just really great conversation. I think he's a great community member.
I agree with those shout outs. I'm not familiar with the first one's game, but it sounds like that game is Triple Threat Online. So
it is. Yeah.
Well, thanks again, Jimmy. It's been a blast being able to talk to you.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks for doing this.
Moving into season 2, of course. We got to kick it over to DJ Bright. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, Tim. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I enjoy Tuesdays because I get to get caught up with the happenings of everybody out here. How about a recent win for you? Recent win.
Since I'm homeschooled, I got done with all of my schoolwork today. You know, like a little grind. You know,
the real grind. That's the grind that really pays off in the end, right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And so do you try to hustle through, try to get it all done, and then so you can do what? Go outside, touch grass, grind 2K.
Yeah, I do go outside and touch grass, stuff like that. I do play a lot of 2K as well during like when I'm chill and stuff like that.
Perfect. Yeah, got to have a good mix. I like that. Good mix.
Yeah.
So, in your opinion, was MyTeam Season 1 a WL or mid?
I would say it was mid.
Okay.
Like, I mean, what was a W about it is that, you know, like the Brandon Roy grind, and after we got all of those free cards and rubies and anthers like that. But I mean, I feel like since season 2 is coming up, I feel like they can improve much better throughout this season. So
all right, what was your best part? What was your best achievement, your top thing that you did on season 1? Because I know there was like the Bosch and the Roy or Wade. Maybe your record's really good in one mode, something.
Yeah, I remember. Dwayne Wade was a huge W. He's a pretty good card to use. And a few days ago, I was playing in an eliminated game. I went into 2 double overtime with against somebody. It was like a tie game with like 6 seconds left on the clock, and I had to do like a catch and shoot shot to win the game, and after Kyrie Irving hit the buzzer beater to win the game.
Oh, so is Kyrie, if you're tied in the game, is on the line, is Kyrie the card you're shooting with?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can really time with his jumper really, really well.
All right. What timing do you use?
What time do I use? I like using set point. That's what I like using.
Okay.
That's what I like using.
I like that. I like that. Big game. Yeah.
Um,
And those games right there where you're tied going into the end, and you know
yeah,
somebody wants to win just as bad as you. All
yeah,
right, you're leaned forward. You know they're leaned forward.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
mean, yeah. It's been pretty nice. I can't wait to see what season 2 holds, though.
yep. Yep. Did you try to get Bosch?
It's hard, man. It's really hard. It's really challenging.
1,000%. 1,000%
Yeah,
agree with you.
I'm gonna I'm gonna try to go at him again with Irvin, Corver, and Sean Kemp and see how that goes.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what's going on right now.
All right. All right. So what's your go-to mode?
I like I like Triple Threat co-op because playing with the community and stuff like that. And I mean I like doing offline as well. I like doing the offline, so offline online, so it's like half and half.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Getting
it's
a little
pretty
bit
nice.
out of each thing. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Each mode offers different level of sweat. You know, different levels of
Yeah.
gameplay. So that's fun. Do you rip packs? Are you a pack addict or not?
I don't rip packs, but like if I have like a lot of MT and if I want to like rip a couple, then I'll rip a couple and see what I get.
Okay. Nothing crazy. Just test the waters. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, just test the pack outs if 2K can love all of us for like one day.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. But moving into season 2, let's say we get the dev blog tomorrow. Give me a couple of names that would get you excited for a different mode.
I would say Lamelo and SGA, and I feel like Kobe can be in the mix as well. To be honest with you.
Okay. LaMelo Ball, is that what you said? LaMelo SGA and
Yeah.
Kobe? Okay.
Yeah, Lamelo, SGA, and Kobe. I'll probably be excited for either of those three.
I like that. I like that. I like that. What about in the NBA? If you had to make a prediction of who's winning the title, who are you picking?
I mean, I'm from the Bay. I'm a Warriors fan, but to be honest, I feel the Lakers and the Bucks, man. I mean, they've been pretty nice. I feel like that can be an NBA Finals matchup. I mean, say like like the Denver Nuggets and the Boston Celtics, but it's gonna be a pretty fun year.
Oh, 100%. I'm looking forward to the NBA season.
Yeah.
What about let me move this. So, in closing on your experience at 2K24, what's I know you say mid. What's your top part and what's your least favorite part about it?
My top favorite part is probably doing a lot of like grinding just in every mode. To be honest with you, I mean, I'm like trying to get Roy, but I'm not really trying to. I'm just ready for season 2, to be honest. And the least part is probably not getting a lot of wins in salary cap, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I hear you. Yes, some modes aren't built for me. So I totally agree. Totally agree.
Yeah.
And shout you out, DJ. You're gonna be my shout out tonight. How about that?
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
And so 2K does a thing. They give out logos. That's their shout out. They do a logo gauntlet if you're really good at the game, or they also give out different ones, or they had given out in the past for different other reasons. But if you were in charge, you get to pick one for skill, one for any reason you like. You have to pick 2 people to get 2K logos. Who are you picking?
Holo J, actually, he's been pretty good at skill. I mean, cause I've been watching him for a while now, and him collecting cards and stuff like that, and playing, and stuff.
Great,
And what
great
was the
shout
other
out.
question?
Great shout out. And then and one more. So it's two logos. One for skill wise. One for any reason you like wise.
Oh, shout out to Jimmy Crackhorn. I mean, he's been playing 2K for a while now, and yeah, I'd be lurking around and stuff like that, but yeah, he's a pretty nice 2K player.
Perfect. I agree. Jimmy Cat Corn and Hollow J, Spontaneous J.
Yeah.
Two awesome shout outs. And I appreciate chatting with you, DJ, all the time. I'm glad you're
Anytime, man.
part of the community.
Yeah, anytime, man.
And make sure everybody follows DJ. You're on TikTok now too, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm on TikTok. You guys go follow my TikTok. DJ Bright15, I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Perfect.
Same as my Twitch.
Perfect. Yeah, everybody follow DJ stuff and thank you, DJ.
Thank you.
We are gonna kick it over to Isaac. Isaac, how are you doing tonight? See if we can connect to Isaac. I see you unmuted, Isaac, but maybe they're still having a issue.
Hello?
Okay, there you are.
How's it going?
I'm doing good, Isaac. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. How about a recent win? Recent win
Just
from you.
been doing a lot of grinding and everything.
Okay. You got a win for us?
I would say that probably like what grinding is like just trying to work hard and just do the grind that you can do.
Absolutely. Are you excited for season 2?
I mean, everything's just been going really well for this season. I'm just ready to expect to see what happened in season 2 of my team.
Mm-hmm. Any names you're looking for? Maybe Shy Gildress Alexander, possibly?
Been going like, how would you put this? I mean, there's just been a lot of different challenges that 2K's been giving us, and we just gotta be ready and just expect to see what happens.
Yep, like Bosch and Wade and B-Roy. They've been...
And I know that some of the 2K grinders out there may know this, but there's just been a lot of crazy grind days that you just gotta think through.
Yep.
I mean, you just can't attack it just straight head on. You just gotta think of a plan and just expect to see what happens.
That's a great point. Because, see, that's how Jimmy was talking about domination.
You guys might think the Spurs might have a tough time, but they have a good chance to maybe try and go for another first-round pick. I mean,
you never know.
They do have Victor Wembanyama, but they just might surprise you.
Absolutely.
And you may never know. I mean, you just gotta be prepared.
100%. 100% prepared.
I know this a lot of me saying this, but you just think head on.
Think head on. I like that.
That's attack it early. You gotta strategize.
Exactly.
A lot of coaches would probably do the same thing.
Like Coach Pop.
I think that a lot of the grinders would try and attack it just early without planning. I mean, you just gotta think before you can do it.
Oh yeah, you gotta keep pushing yourself. You gotta plan ahead first, Isaac. You gotta plan ahead first. Yep. Yep. And so overall, your thoughts on my team? Are you happy with my team so far?
These shoutouts will be crazy, but my shoutouts will be Ramsey and my buddy Evan.
Perfect.
And I mean, they're the top two guys.
Yeah,
every time. I mean, he's ready and having the right friends and just being prepared.
Yep. And are you prepared for one more thing, Isaac?
I mean, there's just been a lot to go through.
There has been.
And you may never know what could happen.
Yep. Yep. And
you just gotta be ready.
Yep.
For anything.
That's what we're doing. We're ready to attack season 2 now tonight, right?
I mean, there's a lot, but you just need to be ready for anything.
Yep.
That's why you gotta think before you do.
Think before you do. And I appreciate that, Isaac. I appreciate that, Isaac.
What your top goal can be.
Yep.
I mean, there's could be a lot of anything out there.
100%. 100%. And thanks a bunch, Isaac, for being here tonight. Great shout outs with Jimmy. And
I know this would be a lot. But I'm hoping that y'all can be ready for this upcoming challenge. And with whatever you may be going through. Whether it's like in the 2K game or in the real life. I mean, you just gotta be ready.
100%.
You just gotta just be ready. And just take your time and be prepared.
All right. Perfect. Perfect, Isaac. And I appreciate you closing the space the other night. And I appreciate Evan closing the space last week. So with that, Isaac.
I mean, there's a lot that you can be expected.
Mm-hmm. There sure is. And thanks a bunch.
You guys would just be ready for anything.
100%. 100%. So thanks a bunch for everybody being here tonight. It's been a blast. We're episode 8 into 2K24. So we'll see what season 2 has for us all. And just remember, your opinion matters. The way you play the game matters. If you're enjoying a certain way, do it. And if you're not enjoying a certain way, change it. And with that, we'll see you next Tuesday. Oh, please comment, like, and subscribe as well for YouTube stuff.